Still going bald? This stunning follicle reset nutrient could trigger 75% more hair growth in 30 days. Everyone can see that you're trying to hide your bald spot. You're not fooling anyone. That's the voice inside your head every time you leave the house. I hate to be blunt about it, but it's the truth. How do I know? Because behind closed doors in my private practice, this is what men and women with thinning hair confess to me all of the time. I hear story after story about how hair loss ruins their sex lives, their marriages, and their confidence. And people are extremely sensitive about it. For example, I could tell a patient that I think they've gained some weight, or I could tell them that they've got bad oral hygiene. But nothing sets off an expression of panic and fear more than the words, "I think you might be going bald." I get it. Hair loss is a desperate struggle, one you seem destined to lose. Everything you do seems to speed it up. Too much brushing, too much washing, too much touching, and that's just the physical stuff. Studies now show stress also plays a major role in male and female hair loss, meaning the more you worry about losing your hair, the more it falls out. Just imagine how much different your life would be if you could grow 75% more hair. It could be the difference between getting that promotion or staying stuck in that dead-end job. It could be the difference between getting respect from others or constantly being ignored. And for many people, having more hair could be the difference between staying together or getting divorced. It's not surprising either. I am Dr. Holly Lucille, and I'm a licensed naturopathic doctor. And accelerated hair loss is one of the problems I hear about most in my practice. It hurts me to see so many patients suffer the confidence-destroying effects of hair loss. The good news is you're about to discover an easy way to restore the natural, young-looking thickness to each strand of hair. I'm talking about strong, healthy-looking hair that you can feel and even tug on without worrying. Plus, this solution doesn't require you to even step foot in a doctor's office. You won't need to change your diet or eating habits, and once you see what it is, you'll begin to look at common hair loss treatments like shampoos and surgeries as downright crazy. Male and female hair loss has less to do with age and genetics than you think. Why that's not the case? First, let's deal with the genetic question. Debunking the bald gene. If your father was bald and his father was bald, then it's inevitable that you're going to be bald one day too. That's been the common thinking for decades. But then you'd be falling into the second big myth about hair loss. Age does not determine hair loss. Millennials are losing their hair younger than any generation before them. I'm hoping it's enough proof to finally convince you that you can reverse and repair hair loss no matter what your family history or your age. So, what's the secret? Well, I can tell you, it isn't another shampoo or a hair transplant procedure. But I still haven't even shared with you the number one reason why these solutions rarely get you the results that you want. It's because neither of these options address the real reason your hair is thinning in the first place. The true cause of thinning hair and growing bald spots is a broken hair growth cycle. Each and every strand of hair on your head follows a 3-step process. First, there is the growth phase. This is where your hair sprouts out of the follicle below your skin and fights its way through the surface of your skin. After that, it enters the shedding phase. And during this phase, your follicle sort of lets go of the hair itself and allows it to fall out. Now, this is where things get really important. Only after you've been through the shedding phase can you really start to grow hair back. That's when you enter into the regrowth phase. Your follicle sprouts another hair seed and the process starts all over again. But if you're experiencing thinning hair or growing bald spots, if you're noticing more and more hair coming out in the shower clogging up your drain, and if your hairbrush looks like the dog got into it rather than you using it yourself, then it's very likely that something has interrupted your hair growth cycle. And nothing you do will ever solve your hair issues until you're able to push your hair follicles into that crucial regrowth stage. So, how do you do that? By triggering a process I call follicle reset. But in order for this follicle reset to take place, you must first deal with the single most dangerous hormone for men and women who want healthy, youthful hair at any age. It's called DHT, and like it or not, every single man and woman has it running through their bodies right now. But you see, DHT itself isn't the problem. It's that your body is producing too much DHT. And that is what prevents your hair from entering that crucial regrowth stage. So instead of turning DHT into some supervillain that we must avoid at all costs, we must find the right balance. This can be done with a group of powerful nutrients known for their hair regrowth powers. They're called DHT blockers. DHT blockers are effective because they do two things incredibly well. First, they stop hair follicles from getting stuck in that shedding stage. And then they help with the future hair growth by signaling to your follicles that it's time for that crucial regrowth stage. By naturally blocking DHT, you can trigger what is known as a follicle reset. That could set your hair growth cycle back in motion. And the good news is that Mother Nature has already given us a powerful, safe, and natural DHT inhibitor. It's called saw palmetto. Saw palmetto is a natural plant that grows in the southern climates. And more doctors are coming around to the idea of giving saw palmetto to their patients because it has the power to slow down the creation of DHT inside the body. Plus, when you compare saw palmetto with other chemical-based DHT blockers, it's 3 times more effective. In my long career as a naturopathic doctor, I've been lucky enough to come across people who are just as dedicated as me. People who have made it their mission to bring quality health products to the market. And one of these companies is Pure Health Research. Pure Health Research is an American-based company founded right here in the United States. And instead of outsourcing everything like most companies, they've built a team of experts and researchers doing great work right here on American soil. With my years of experience as a natural health researcher, I already knew exactly what was needed to go into a powerful yet all-natural hair loss formula. One that could give you back the youthful, thick, confidence-building hair you desire. And without costing an arm and a leg. And since Pure Health Research had the facility to create it in, our partnership was born. And what they created was nothing short of a hair regrowth breakthrough. We're calling it Regrow Hair Activation Formula. Regrow Hair Activation Formula was built specifically to reinvigorate your follicles and kickstart your hair growth cycle and give you back your youthful confidence. And in my opinion, it may just be one of the best saw palmetto supplements on the market. But there's something important you need to know about saw palmetto. Saw palmetto by itself is great for restarting your hair growth cycle, but so much more can be done to trigger a boost in your overall hair health. I'm talking about regrowing thicker, younger looking hair that's yours. That's why I've broken Regrow Hair Activation Formula into 2 powerful hair growth boosting formulas. I've taken everything I know about saw palmetto and everything Pure Health Research knows about healthy hair growth and turned it into 2 specific blends that work synergistically for faster hair growth and less hair loss. Let me introduce them to you right now. Blend number 1, the Activation Blend. Obviously, this blend starts with saw palmetto. Then we added ashwagandha extract. I mentioned earlier that stress is becoming more and more of a factor for people worried about hair loss. Then there's hydrolyzed collagen. You've probably heard of collagen before in products for the skin. But hydrolyzed collagen is a little different and carries several hair-specific benefits. Collagen helps your hair by supporting it from the ground up. And collagen may help to reduce your hair loss. With this blend, you can be confident that your follicles are equipped with the nutrients they need to keep your hair regrowth cycle working properly. But we decided to go a little further, and you'll see why when I introduce you to blend number 2. This is the Absorption Blend. This blend starts with something called resveratrol. Resveratrol increases the lifespan of the hair follicle, and at lowered levels of something called PDG2, which has been linked to the slower levels of hair growth. The next ingredient we put into the absorption blend is called black pepper piperine. Piperine is an absorption powerhouse. That means it increases the rate of which nutrients are absorbed into the body. And since we're including so many hair and follicle enhancing nutrients inside of Regrow Hair Activation Formula, it just made good sense to include something like piperine to make sure those nutrients were properly absorbed into your body. That way, you get the maximum effects of everything we've put into Regrow Hair Activation Formula. And finally, We also decided to add another nutrient packed with hair benefits into this blend, and it's called horsetail extract. Studies actually show that horsetail extract has a beneficial impact on how collagen, nutrients, and antioxidants are used by the body. And since we've included those things in the formula specifically for your hair health, it's only good science to make sure we include something that makes them work even better. Remember, with these two blends, you'll have everything you need to ensure that your hair regrowth cycle is working at its best. Plus, you'll have an extra absorption nutrient to ensure that you're getting the right amounts absorbed into your body. This way, you can continue to protect and grow healthy, strong, and thick hair as you age. And to be honest, with these two blends, we've already gone well above and beyond most other hair supplements on the market. That's why I'm going the extra length to make Regrow Hair Activation Formula a complete no-brainer for you today. Every purchase of Regrow Hair Activation Formula is backed by a hassle-free 365-day money-back guarantee.